Daniel kicks us off in Tampa. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Hey there. Thank you for taking the call, and appreciate it, George and Christina. Thank you for all you do for everyone. Great. So my wife and I are currently in step two. Now, we kind of discovered the whole baby steps a little later in life. We already had some retirements set aside. But here's the question. Comparables in the area are running for about $660 for our house. We currently owe $325. We do have a growing family. Well, I would say we have a family, and I think we're outgrowing the size of our home. So ideally, we'd like to be in a 5-bedroom home or so. So those are running for about $850 in the area.
Wow.
So here's my question. We bought the home just before the spike, so we owe about $325 on it currently. We have a good amount of equity if we're able to sell that, and of course that'll kickstart us from step 2 straight on to the next, I believe, step 4 at that point. My question is that a good approach? Should we sell our current home, use the equity to buy a bigger home, and get us out of the existing step 2?
It can be. Now, when you say buy a bigger home, it means we're going possibly further into debt, so it's not necessarily the best move.
Right.
But I do love, people make sacrifices all the time to get out of debt, and one of those things is we're willing to sell the home, take the equity, pay off the debt, and whatever's left, we then move on and go, all right, what can we afford now? So what's the home worth if you sold it today?
It would be about $650.
$650, and you owe $325.
How big is your family? You said you needed to upgrade, get a little bit more space.
Yeah, so my wife and I both work from home. We have 3 kids. It's a 3-2 currently. So it's a little tight.
Okay, what's your income?
It's $140 combined.
And how much debt do you have?
So we've got a van. It's about $20K on the van, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, another 12 or so in credit cards.
And that's all the debt except for that $325 mortgage.
Correct. That's it. And we do have some retirement. I would say combined, probably close to the $100,000 range.
Okay. Are you guys currently investing?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you may not like my advice, but it is to pause investing while we pay off the debt. Now, if you're selling the house tomorrow and this is all going down, you may not have to do that. But following the Ramsey plan, it's countercultural, it's weird, and we focus on one thing at a time so that we actually make some progress. And looking at the numbers here, it doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Because if you sold for, you said $650, you may net less than $300. Then we still have to pay off $30,000 of debt, leaving us with about $270. You tracking?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So $270 down on an $850,000 home, you're talking almost $600,000 in mortgage, which is going to double your mortgage payment,
mm-hmm.
which doesn't put you guys in a great spot financially, even though you're debt-free.
Sure.
And
sure.
So I think we need to pause, or we go to maybe a lateral house that has more room, that may be a little further out. You may have to make some compromises here and kind of reset the expectations of what home is next.
Sure. And for what it's worth, in the event that we do sell today and say we sit on, there's a gap of 6 months or so, we do have a place to live. My folks were kind enough to extend an invitation to house our family until we do find that bigger home. So we're sort of counting on that, but that's probably a 6-month margin.
But even then, you're still going to have over a $500,000 mortgage.
Right.
Yeah, and I love that you have the desire to pay off the baby step 2 debt. I love that you want to get rid of that van. I love that you want to get rid of the credit card. And if you are selling your current house to downgrade and create more margin where you could pay off that debt and then not increase debt in another area, I'd be all for it. But I think just that makes me nervous going up so much in house. And like George said, having such a big mortgage following that's just kind of like a little bit nerve-wracking. I think especially with having 3 kids, it just feels a little bit nerve-wracking if I were in your shoes.
What's your take-home pay every month?
$140.
It's about $6,800.
Okay, because I'm looking at the numbers here, and if you did a 15-year fixed rate mortgage, which is the only mortgage I'm going to tell you to get, and you put $270 down on an $850,000 house in this market, your monthly payment is $5,500. You guys won't be able to eat.
Yeah.
And so
okay.
even 6 months of saving, even while living with the parents, it's not going to change the numbers drastically enough to make this a wise financial move. So what that tells me is this. You make 140, you've got 30 in debt. We can pay off the debt and stay in the home for now. And you said you feel like we're running out of space. We might have to get a little bit creative right now and see if we can squeeze out another year living here until we make a move. And again, it may be more of a lateral move. We may only get a 4-bedroom instead of a 5, and we make that work.
Mm-hmm.
How many kids do you have?
3.
Okay. Can either of them share a bedroom?
They currently do.
Okay.
Sure.
Are they miserable? Do they feel like they're in a prison?
No, we are. No,
you are. It's the parents, of course.
Yeah, no, they're great.
Well, you guys you're on the right path. What's the van worth?
Well, I know that we owe 20K. I haven't done numbers as far as what it's worth. I do have a paid-off vehicle that's just about the same. It's definitely worth about the same.
Okay. And you need the 2 cars, right? You got to haul the kids around? Is that what the van's for?
Yeah, just, in the event that one breaks down, we do have the backup means of transportation.
But you only need 1 car?
I would say we do just need one because, we do both work from home.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering if the van's worth, 30 and you owe 20 on it, that gives you a net of 10 and you almost clean up the credit card debt and we're debt free by tomorrow, and then we can start stacking up cash to make this home move.
Mm-hmm.
That's an option. Now you may need the van or but I'm just looking at the options here going, if you don't only need 1 car, you both work from home, the kids can fit in the other car for now. If one breaks down, you have an emergency fund, right?
You're right.
So we're good. We'll go fix it up. We'll go get another car, whatever we have to do to get back on the road. But that's one way to clean this mess up. Now, I don't know the worth of the vehicle, so that's your homework assignment, is to look into that and figure out, is this worth selling? There's no need to. It's not a huge part of your financial world. But if you're itching to get out of debt fast, I would do that way before I would think about selling the house. Way less of a hassle.
Sure. Okay.
So that's the move, man. I'm pulling for you. That's tough. 3 kids. You got some debt. We want to upgrade the house, but it's going to have to wait. And the kids, they won't remember it. They're just going to remember the awesome childhood they had sharing a bedroom, right?
Yeah, and you'll get there. This is only for a season. You will get there. You'll get that bigger house, have a little space and room to breathe.
But we're going to do it the right way and move at the speed of cash, pay off the debt, and do it with wisdom. Thanks for the call, man.